Hey, how are you doing? This is our second lesson for Unit 1. Unit 1, Lesson 2. First thing I want you to do is do this page here. All you're doing is you're kind of practicing doing some evaluation of each of these problems. Pause the video, go through it from here, and figure out what all these are, and then come back and see the answers. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you got that and you paused. First problem here, you want to figure out what is x plus y minus 58. Well, from there, we're going to substitute in x and y values. X is 9, y is 3. 9 plus 3 minus 58. And what does that equal? Well, if you don't know, get out your calculator. 9 plus 3 minus 58 and hit enter. You should get negative 46. And that's it. That's all you're doing. Hey, I'm going to do one more. Well, let's do all of them. Y to the third power, or y cubed, plus x cubed. Y cubed is 3 cubed. Let me put that in parentheses. Plus x cubed, which is 9 cubed. This is a great one for a calculator because 9 cubed is a really big number. We're going to do 3. Oh, let's clear that out first. Remember, parentheses are important. 3 cubed, 3 to the third power. And we are going to add to that 9 to the third power. And enter, big number, 756. So this one is 756. And our last one here, y to the third power, or y to the fourth power minus 28. Do that over here. Y is 3 to the fourth power minus 28. And again, we're going to go to our calculator. 3 to the fourth power minus 28, which equals 53. That's it for those three. The last one here, and I identify the coefficient and the variable. If you remember, the coefficient is the number directly multiplied to the variable. So in this case, our coefficient equals 4, and our variable, which is a letter that represents an unknown quantity, the variable is x. And that's it. Awesome job. Let's go to our next slide. We're going to get into our Unit 1, Lesson 2. Unit 1, Lesson 2 is about combining like terms. Okay, we're going to talk about a couple different definitions and then do a couple problems. I'm going to pause the video or stop the video after the definitions page, after page 1, make a part 2 so that you can watch them at different times if you need to. I can combine like terms, and again, we have it set up as page 3 and 4 if you're printing off the pages there with your Avid notes. First one here, we have the first term we're looking for is term. Okay, a term is when a plus or minus sign separates an algebraic expression. Each part is a term. For example, 5x is a term, plus 2y is a term, plus 3x is a term, minus 6 is a term. All of these individually are terms. So in this expression, there are 4 terms. Okay. Our next term that we're going to talk about is like terms. So we just had terms, and now we're going to talk about like terms. Like terms contain the same variable to the same power. Constant terms are also like terms. Okay, so like terms, this says 3x squared and negative 7x squared. Same variable, x and x, same power, 2 to 2. That's a like term. Over here, 8 xy squared and 4x squared are not like terms. They do not have the same variables with the same power, so they are not like terms. Let's look here. What is the coefficient in this equation? There's two of them. There's two coefficients. Remember, coefficients are attached to variables. So in this case, -4 is a coefficient. And even though it's not there, when we have just a variable written, like in this case, x, there is an invisible number in front. And that invisible number is the number 1, because there's 1x. Here, there's -4x's. In this case, there's 1x. So we have 1 as a coefficient. Constants. Constants are numbers without any variables, just a number. Number 7, number 4, number 3, number 1, number 8, number whatever. All constants. In this case, constant means it never changes. So that number will never change. In this case, there's no variable here and there's no variable here. So our constants are 12 and 8. Okay, now let's talk about some terms. Which ones of these are terms? Well, all of them are terms. Every single one is a term. We've got -4x, 12, x, and 8. All of those are terms individually. And then finally, we want to talk about like terms. What are like terms? Which ones are the same? Well, constants are like terms, so 12 and 8 are like terms, as well as, remember, same variable with the same power. In this case, -4x and just x. Same variable, same power. This is actually x to the first, even though we don't write it. Awesome. Last one here, what are the terms? Again, all of these are terms, 6n, 7n, 4, and n. All of those are our terms. Our like terms, 6n. And in this case, you're going to write -7n because we're going to include the sign. And then n. N is a like term. I'm going to use some colors here to circle some like terms. That's a like term with that one and that one. And then on its own, -4 is its like term with itself. What's the coefficient? Well, we have a couple of them. We have 6n, so just 6, -7n, so just -7, and remember that invisible 1 in front of variables, just 1. And then our constant is the number with no variable, -4. That's it for part 1 of the video of this lesson, Unit 1, Lesson 2. Come back for part 2. Awesome job.